dead of night, two voices awaken from the crypt. One coffin.
Two opinions.
Endless
screams.
Welcome to Two Souls, One Crypt. I'm Jeff Darko.
I'm Beth Graves.
And today's episode this week's episode, we're talking Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Can't you just say The Mummy?
No.
There's too many mummy movies. You gotta say Lee Cronin's The Mummy so everybody knows what you're talking about.
Right, because if you post it on Facebook, somebody will call you out and say, they're releasing The Mummy again? I'm like, no, not with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser's not in this one, just so you know ahead of time. Spoiler alert.
Just so you know, Dave Hess.
Spoiler alert. Brendan Fraser's not in Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
No, he is not. And if you don't know who Lee Cronin is, I don't know who you are, but...
You evidently have not seen Evil Dead Rise.
Exactly. And if you've not seen Evil Dead Rise, then what are you waiting for?
And Evil Dead Burn is coming out next month. I thought he directed it. He is not a director, according to the internet. He is just executive producer, I think.
Okay.
But anyways, let's dive into his version of The Mummy.
The Mummy. So this movie came out about 2 weeks ago, and we didn't get to watch it because we had too many things going on, but we finally made time to go this weekend because we've been dying to see it.
Yeah, we did not go opening weekend.
You know, one of our people that we follow on Facebook, Instagram, /talk did not love it, but we love him, and usually we always agree with what he says. So we're like, well, we got to make our own opinion. And I'm going to say that, you know, he kept saying to give him Evil Dead vibes. Well, we were like, well, that makes us want to watch it even more.
I'm fine with Evil Dead vibes.
We're like, we're fine with that. Yeah, we love Evil Dead. So we're like, yeah, well, okay, that's cool. Maybe it's a different spin. And it was. So anyway, so the way this movie starts out.
Well, you want to give us some details first?
Oh, yeah, let's give some details. So
then we'll dive into it.
So this movie was written and directed by Lee Cronin. Like we said, the movie was also picked up by Blumhouse Productions. Premiered at American Legion Post 43 in Los Angeles on April 9th. It was released about April 17th by Warner Brothers, and it received mixed reviews from critics and has grossed $53.6 million worldwide on a $22 million budget. So pretty good. Of course they didn't. I mean, what do they know?
What was that tomato score?
The tomato score was 45, but the popcorn score was 95, which I would be in the popcorn side.
So the fans like it.
The fans loved it. Which, why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're a horror fan, it's definitely... But anyway, we'll get into that. So, the way the movie starts out, there's a family, mom, dad, 3 kids in the car driving along. They're singing, they're playing music. Mom's just really getting annoyed.
She's getting aggravated.
Yeah, she's like, I've got a headache.
I don't blame her.
She's like, I've got a headache.
It would be getting on my nerves.
The dad's like, just trying to live happy and whatever. And then they make it home. The pet bird is dead. And that scene is pretty tragic if you don't like animal stuff. If you're a big bird fan, just be prepared for that. And the little girl is upset. And then the mom and the dad's like, is it time? And they're like, what? You know, we're like, what are they talking about? So they go downstairs to this like hidden cave area, and there's a tomb downstairs, and they open it, and there's a mummy.
Yeah, I don't know why you open things, but yeah, they had like the tip of a pyramid, and then they go underneath that somewheres, and then there's the mummy's tomb.
Right. She's looking at him, and he's laying there, and the dad's like, is he awake? And she's like, no. And then she turns around.
Spoiler alert, he is awake.
Yes, he's awake. And then the shit hits the fan.
Well, we go to the main family after that, and
that's when the movie really gets started.
Yeah, that's where it kind of just starts off that way.
Yes. And like I said, we'll try not to spoil too much, but we kind of want to give you an idea because you're going to be, well, you'll figure it out when you watch it, but the details, the way it go, it took a while for me to kind of understand. Okay, it's like, okay, this is going on, that's going on. But then the woman from the family, she is trying to coax this little girl from this other family. And you're like, what's going on? And then their little girl disappears. But if you've seen the previews, you kind of know.
Yeah, if you've seen the trailer, you already know that she disappears.
She disappears. She comes back to the family.
She's gone for like 8 years.
Yeah, she's gone for 8 years. You know something's not right with her. Well, something's definitely not right with her. She is...
Yeah, once they bring her back.
Yeah, it's brutal. and some really unexpected things happen. It's pretty insane. Some stuff I wasn't prepared for, and I'm usually all about, like, there was some scenes that I was like, "Whoa."
It's pretty gory.
It's pretty gory. Be prepared.
I wouldn't say it's really scary.
No.
Like, it don't have there's some jump scares, but it's
Yeah.
more gore.
It is more gore.
More shocking stuff than jump scarish.
Yes, it's not, well, to us, it's not. Maybe some people, I don't know, if you're a lighthearted horror person, I'm gonna say, I don't know, you might scare you, but if you're like one of those diehard horror people, you're probably gonna be in love. You're gonna be like, yes, this is what we needed.
It'll scare our daughter Jenna.
Yeah,
people like
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's really gory.
Yeah.
It had some like gore parts from like it kind of reminded me of some of the stuff that happened like Bring Her Back.
Yes.
Some of those
And like we
scenes in
said,
Bring
it
Her
gave
Back.
us some Evil Dead vibes too, like the kind of like that vibe that just, if you like I said, if you've seen Evil Dead and you kind of know what I'm talking about, it'll kind of give you that creepy, gross, freaky, evil vibe.
So speaking of Evil Dead, here's a fun fact. I don't know if you saw it. I saw it. They say that this movie is in the same universe as Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
So it's the same world.
Well, I can see that. And then I looked up a thing, and this may or may not be true, but it said there was a scene that was deleted from the end because it was too bad, and they took it out. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I really wish that they hadn't, because I would have loved to know what that was.
Well, maybe we can see the director's cut sometime, and
maybe they'll show it. Yeah.
But speaking of the director, I also saw that he's wanting to redo Nightmare on Elm Street.
What?
Yeah, I don't know who he'd get to play Freddy, but he's wanting to do a Nightmare.
Well, the last remake that they tried to do of it was pure trash, and oh my gosh, I was like, no. If Lee Cronin does it, I'm gonna definitely give it a chance for sure. Because I mean, my gosh,
it'll definitely be gory.
Oh, my Lord, I can't imagine. He's phenomenal. Yeah, he did this movie justice for sure.
So let's get into your thoughts on his version of The Mummy.
Okay, so I love mummies, even though I got confused about the tomb part. I was trying to say, I'm so used to vampires, I'm like, coffin, tomb, whatever.
Yeah, mummies aren't in coffins.
Mummies aren't in coffins.
It is a coffin for them, but they call them tombs.
Right. I was like, wait a minute. Before we got started, I was like, wait, tomb, coffin. Okay, it's a tomb. But anyway, I've always loved mummy stuff. Like back when we watched, is it Tales from the Crypt? What's a mummy? The Christian Slater?
No, it was Tales from the Dark Side?
Tales from the Dark Side. I don't know. Same thing. Not really, but
kind of.
Tales from something. But yeah, Tales from the Dark Side. I've always liked mummies. And
I thought when he's like, you need some help up there, little fella.
If you haven't seen that, it's hilarious. So I've always liked mummies, and then I didn't like the Mummy movies, even though you don't really care for them. The Brandon Fraser ones.
They were good when I first watched them, and then there's one with maybe with Tom Cruise.
I didn't watch that one.
Did he do it to me?
And I should have. I don't know why I just never did.
I know you love Tom Cruise and Mummy, so why wouldn't you watch it?
I know. I'm gonna have to watch it. I don't know why I just never did, but yeah. So I was excited about what this was gonna be like, and
yeah, when we first seen the trailer, we was excited.
Yeah, I was like, this.
You probably more than me, but
yeah, I was like, yeah, this looks really, really good. We watched it when we watched the last scary movie. They showed the trailer, The Undertone, I think it was.
Yeah, it was either that or Faces. I don't know if it was on Faces of Death.
I don't think so. But anyway, it was, yeah, that doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, so there was some scenes that Jeff was more cringed than I was, and I was like finding myself laughing. I'm like, am I a psycho?
It's got some cringe-worthy scenes in there. It's kind of gross in parts.
I guess.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was.
I guess because I do what I do for I work in surgery, so I'm constantly seeing like gross stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is nothing. But no, it was pretty gross. It's pretty gross, steal the list. Yeah, and pretty over the top, and I did not know where this movie was going to go. It was not one of those predictable things. You're just like, you have it when you think you know where it's going, you are wrong. It's crazy.
Well, I take it you enjoyed this movie.
I did. I was glad when it was over because it was a lot.
It's intense, ain't it?
It was. I was like, how in the world is this movie going to even end? I can't even imagine. I was just like, wow. And then the ending really threw me for a loop too. I didn't.
So, do you consider this a mummy movie?
I do, but it's a different version. It's a new age mummy movie, I guess you could say.
To me, a mummy movie needs to have a mummy in it. It did not have a mummy in it.
There was 2 mummies in it.
Not an actual mummy, like a mummy. Like she was wrapped up, but you couldn't really tell that she was wrapped up in any gauze.
She was.
You couldn't tell it.
Yes, you could.
Not till they took it off. I mean, yeah, and they take them off of her. So she wasn't a mummy no more. Oh. To me, a mummy is wrapped up in a mummy gauze or whatever.
I'm sorry, the mummy didn't look like our mummy that we have here. We need to give a shot of him.
To have a mummy movie, I mean, it was kind of supernatural stuff. A spoiler alert, kind of like the other movie with like the powers of like sand and.
Yes, I'm gonna show you all. Can you see our mummy? Let me turn around this way. There, you see our mummy? Okay, so yeah, he didn't look like that. But anyway, to me, it was still a mummy.
They had, like I said, some supernatural kind of powers like in the other mummy movies because they control stuff. And they had the beetle thing, like in the other mummy movies.
Well, it's not going to be exactly like
it. Don't have to be exact, but you got to have a mummy.
It was a mummy.
To me, I'm not going. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. I
so
really
obviously
enjoyed it.
We don't agree on that there is no mummy. I say there was 2 mummies, and he says there's none.
It was more reminding. I agree with a lot of the people that saying this is an Evil Dead movie. It was more Evil Dead Rise-ish.
Wow.
Than a mummy movie.
Wow, that's all I can say is wow.
There was no mummy to me. It was Evil Dead Rise with some Egyptian stuff mixed in it.
You're just like Slasher Talk. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's a good movie.
Which we love you, Slasher Talk, but I'm just saying, like, I'm surprised. I thought you would be like more.
It's not taken away from the mummy or the movie. I'm sorry. It was a great movie. A lot of good gore, and it was gross in parts, yes, but it was good effects. But to me, like I said, it was, spoiler alert, it's more possession.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the mummies are. I mean, you don't ever read about King Tut? I mean, the people that try to get him would get killed, and
why do they always got to open up the tomb?
Because people would rob the tombs.
I know, but they wasn't robbing the tomb in this movie. Nobody robbed the tomb.
They weren't robbing the tomb. They were trying to get the powers.
They found the first people were, and then they found that tomb. They found it again, and they opened it up, and that's where what's her name? The girl.
Katie.
Yeah. That's when they find Katie. So, I mean, I don't know why they opened it up that time, but I'm glad they did because they found where Katie was at. But this is more of what happened to Katie movie. It was, to me, it was Evil Dead.
We both like that. We just don't agree on how it was done, I guess.
Yeah. You got to have a mummy.
We have a mummy. We just showed everybody we have a mummy.
In the movie, you got to have a mummy.
He didn't come out of a tomb.
In Brendan Fraser's movie, they had a mummy.
Okay, well, how come he's a mummy?
Because they brought him, he was a mummy, and they brought him back to life.
And they did in this movie?
It's different than that mummy.
It is not.
Yeah, it's not the same kind of mummy.
I know it's not the same kind of, like I said, I think it's a new age mummy movie. That's what I say. It's not exactly the same because this is in 2026, so it has to be different.
Well, no, it is different. I'm just saying, to me, it's more, it gave me a lot more Evil Dead Rise vibes.
Okay.
Of the gore, and which, of course, it's the same dude that done it, but.
Okay. Anyway, so what are you rating this movie?
Go ahead. I'll let you can give any more thoughts you want to on The Mummy. Lee Cronin's The Mummy, I'm sorry.
Well, I say y'all go watch it for yourself and decide what you think about it. If you think it's more mummy or if you think it's not mummy, which I say that it is, but I say, yes, it's different. It's a different, because it can't be the same. It has to be different. But
well, it's not the same. I don't want it to be the same. I would like to have seen an actual mummy or her wrapped up more as a mummy, I guess, than just laying in the coffin and then they take everything off of her.
Laying in the tomb.
Yeah, sorry. The tomb. And they take all the whatever off of her, and then, which, spoiler alert, she has more on her.
Right, she does, and you'll find that out.
But you don't really see that for a long time.
No, but anywho.
And they just try to, I mean, it's them, which I get it. I mean, you got to try to figure out what happened to her.
Well, yeah, of course.
But it's more of what happened to her.
Yes. Well, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to give it a 4.
4? And you say go watch it in the theater?
I say definitely go watch it in the theater.
Yeah, it's a good theater experience.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know there's some people that just don't want to go to the theater anymore and rather watch it at home, but it's a good theater experience.
It's a good experience because you won't be distracted. You'll be focused, and stuff will really hit you hard. And it doesn't when you're at home and you've got your phone and you've got people around you and you've got your animals or whatever it is distracting you. You need to watch this in the theater.
Yeah, so you say 4 skulls?
I say 4 skulls.
I'm going to give it. I'll give it 3.5 skulls.
3.5.
3.5.
You just don't want to.
No, I mean it's a good movie. Like I said, it's just not. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You think it's more Evil Dead?
Yeah, which it same dude, same universe, and a lot of the effects and gore and all that stuff reminded me a lot of the Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's more.
Well, we
It's
don't
more
have
Evil
to.
Deadish
We don't have to
than
agree.
Mummy-ish to me.
We don't.
And I saw like somebody said that it was more Evil Dead and maybe I'm trying to Exorcist. Evil Dead and the Exorcist with Mummy sprinkled on top.
I don't see the Exorcist, but yeah, I can see the Evil Dead part.
You don't see the Exorcist in it?
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
because she's possessed by the
Just
devil.
because she's possessed, and it's not the devil. It's another ancient spirit, so it's not actually the devil.
The Exorcist is the devil or a demon.
Well, yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. That's why you don't see it. It's two different demons.
Well, it's a different type of demon movie, I guess.
I could see people saying that though.
Okay. Well,
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's got the Exorcist vibes. I could see them saying that though. Is what I'm saying.
I'm saying no.
To me, it's Evil Dead.
I don't agree with everything everybody says.
I don't either. I might form my own opinion, and it's
I'm
a lot
forming
of
my own opinion.
it's a lot of Evil Dead with Mummy layered throughout it,
Okay.
but not enough Mummy.
Okay. Well, we do not agree completely, but we do agree it's a good movie.
I want more Mummy.
I want more Evil Dead.
I had plenty of Evil Dead. I want more Mummy.
No, I want less Evil Dead.
I want more Mummy. More Mummy. Give me all the Mummy.
Well, the Mummy part was good.
I want more. I want more Mummy.
Okay.
Give me more Mummy.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to add to
No.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy?
No, I thought it was great.
It is a really good movie. I say go watch it in theaters. It's a good theater experience. And like I said, if you're one of those people who just refuse to go to the theater, then wait for streaming then, I guess, because it's your only other option.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll still be good. You'll still enjoy it.
But yes, definitely watch it.
Definitely watch it, for sure.
It is definitely worth watching. It's worth checking out. To me, it just needs more Mummy.
Okay.
And I guess less Evil Dead. Can you say more Evil Dead?
I just said that. No, I think that Evil Dead was fine, that part. I'm just saying it. And I thought the Mummy part was fine. I liked it, but I thought
it's a very intense, very gorish movie. It just needs more Mummy.
I just wanted it.
It's a good horror movie.
I didn't want it to be like Mummy, like the Mummy, like Brandon Lee Mummy.
I didn't either.
And it wasn't.
No, it's definitely nothing like that. And there's no Brendan Fraser, spoiler alert again. He's not in this movie, in this version.
No, there's a guy that looks just like Seth Rogen that's in it, but...
Yeah, you see him, you'll be like, wait a minute, is that Seth Rogen?
Yeah, they're twins. But it's not him.
This doppelganger. Anyways,
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, Two Souls, One Crypt. I'm Jeff Darko.
I'm Beth Graves.
Until next time, creeps.